Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, composed by Maharshi Vedavyasa, written down by the Lord of the Intellect, Sri Ganesha, on the banks of river Saraswati. This Bhagavad Gita is a part of the Mahabharata, comes right in the middle, and Mahabharata is a very, very comprehensive scripture giving us guidance on good conduct, the right conduct. We also saw in this Mahabharata, the portion of Bhagavad Gita is in form of a dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, where Sri Krishna is the teacher and Arjuna is the student. And this dialogue comes within another dialogue between Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya. This Bhagavad Gita will be beneficial to us if we understand who are these characters between whom this dialogue is happening. So we saw a little bit about Dhritarashtra, a little bit about Sanjaya, a little bit about Sri Krishna, and a little bit about Arjuna, the student. The most important being Arjuna, whose qualities, if we are able to develop, we also benefit by the Gita as Arjuna did. And we also can be victorious in the battlefield of life. So now we begin. First, we begin with there is a few verses have been written by one of the great followers of Adi Shankaracharya, who is Madhusudana Saraswati. And he has written some meditative verses on the Gita. We shall not take up all of them, but the first one, which directly addresses Mother Gita, and it gives all information related to the Gita, most of which we have already discussed, and that can be our invocation prayer every day before the class. So it is a very popular verse, but still today we will lead and follow, we will all repeat, and after that from next class onwards, we will all chant it together. So the first verse of the Gita Dhyana. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam
Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam
Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim
Advaitamritavarshiniim
Bhagavatim
Bhagavatim
Ashtadashadhyayiniim
Ashtadashadhyayiniim
Amba Tvam Anusandadhami
Amba Tvam Anusandadhami
Bhagavad Gite
Bhagavad Gita
Bhavadveshiniim.
Bhagavad Gita.
Once can we all chant together? Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamritavarshiniim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayiniim Amba Tvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshiniim. Hey Amba, O Mother. So we address the scripture as mother. What is the speciality of Gita? Like the mother understands the need of the child even when the child doesn't understand what it needs. So that is what Gita is. We don't know we need Gita, but Gita knows that we need her. And therefore, without demand also there is supply. That is a speciality of Gita. In the world, every individual needs Gita. But how many know that I need Gita? Very few. But still, the supply is available to everyone, anyone who comes to her. Hey Amba, O Mother. And who, which mother? Bhagavad Gita. O Mother, Bhagavad Gita. Now, what is this Bhagavad Gita? The name also is very interesting. Gita means that which has been sung. And when do we sing usually? Can we sing when we are sad? We can try. When there is sorrow, singing is not possible. When we are nervous, singing is not possible. When we have singing competitions and we are under stress, we won't perform well. We are peaceful, we are happy. That's when singing is possible. So song itself means that which has been sung. Gita means it is a song of happiness only. It cannot be otherwise. In Hindi movies, yes, it is possible. Even in deep sorrow and bereavement, you sing in tune with the correct rhythm, tempo, everything is perfect. And in sorrow, you can do that only in movies. That to Hindi movies. Nowhere else. But song generally comes out only when we are happy. Gita. Okay. And whenever we listen to some song, when it is sung out of joy, the listener also gets joy. And who is singing here? Srimad Bhagavata Gita. So that becomes Bhagavad Gita in Sanskrit. So the song that has been sung by the Lord himself. So Sri Bhagavan has sung. And that song is called Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And what does it have? Shri. Shriman means that which contains Shri. What is Shri? Shri, general translation is that Shri means wealth. Lakshmi. The name of Lakshmi is Shri. So the one which has a lot of wealth. Wealth of what? Wealth of right understanding. Wealth of the right perspectives in life. Wealth of associating, how to make relationships with the objects, with the world, with people. So all this kinds of knowledge it's full of that wealth. And Bhagavan, who already has all the knowledge, is singing this song of joy to Arjuna. Who is Arjuna? We have already. So Parthaya Pratibodhitam. This is given to Partha, Arjuna. Partha word means the son of Pritha. All words in Sanskrit have come, when we understand the etymological source of those words, we understand its meanings better. So, Partha, the son of Pritha. So, Pritha, who is Pritha? Pritha is another name for Kunti, the mother of the Pandavas, Arjuna. And one of the greatest qualities of Pritha or Kunti, she was very, very sharp, very, very intelligent, but also she had all the capacity to withstand all calamities, face all difficulties. She was a very, very strong, empowered woman. And we say in India, we don't respect women. What kind of great women we've had. They're worshipful. So Kunti Pritha, and she had extreme patience. Bringing up one child we know how difficult it is. 5 children, that too initial years in the forest. And all 5 boys. Girls are still little bit manageable. Boys, mischievous, strong, energetic. To manage, one is running this side, other is running the other side. One wants food now. One to lift him up itself was difficult. So all of them, different types of bringing them up, facing so much of injustice in her own home, still silently bearing with all those things. That was a patience, that was the ability that lady had. And that such Kunti, such Pritha's son Partha. Pritha word also is related to Prithvi. Prithvi means the earth. She was patient like the earth. And when we say Partha, that also has a connotation, the son of the soil. Means a representative of all of us. So this Gita has been given to Partha. Pratibodhita has been instructed to Partha. Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam. The Lord Narayana himself has given this, imparted this knowledge. But this dialogue, it may not have been in this verse form, the way we are reading now. When 2 people speak, it's not in poetry that they speak. Some of them may, but it may not be. So when we document such dialogues, and when it is documented in poetry, it becomes very beautiful. So who did this documentation and in this metric form, in the proper meters and in poetry? So this was done by Vyasena Grathita. It was documented and made into a text by the great Vyasa. So these all names we are familiar with, we have already spoken about them. Purana Munina, who Vyasa, which Vyasa? Who is very, very popular, well known, renowned great Rishi, who has even written all the various Puranas. Those mystical texts that explain the subtlest of concepts of the Veda. Purana Munina. And where is this? Madhye Mahabharatam. So as a text, it is in the middle of the Mahabharata, which is an epic of 1 lakh verses, 100,000 verses. And Bhagavad Gita has 700 verses, which is in the middle of the Gita, of the Mahabharata. And Madhya Mahabharatam also means this instruction was given in the middle of the Mahabharata war, in the middle of the battlefield. Madhya Mahabharatam. Okay, but what does this Gita talk about? What is the content? Advaitamritavarshini. This has the knowledge of Advaita, the one reality. If we say reality, can there be two realities? If we assume two realities, then the one would negate the other. In the presence of one, the other is unreal. Because there can't be two realities. Reality has to be one. That is Advaita. Dvaita means the second. There is no second. Advaita. And this nectar of Advaita is showered upon in the form of Gita. Advaita Amrita Varshini. And this Gita, we address her as Amba, O mother. But who is she? Bhagavati. She is a divine mother. Advaita Amrita Varshini Bhagavati. And this text is divided into the 700 verses are divided into Ashtadasha Adhyayini. Ashtadasha 18 Adhyayini chapters. The one which has 18 chapters. Ashtadasha Adhyayini. Hey Amba, O mother, Tvam Anusandadhami. Now I am going to think about you, reflect upon your words. I am going to get associated with you. I am going to pursue the knowledge that you contain. Amba Tvam Anusandadhami. I am going to spend some time with you, O mother. Because mothers like when children spend time with them. But children don't have time. Oh, I have this class, I have to go there. I have to... So then when one child says, I want to sit with you, mother, I want to spend some time. Mother is very happy. Oh, really? You have time for me today? Come on, let's sit down. Anusandadhami. And I'm going to gain knowledge. I'm going to gain that understanding from you. Bhagavad Gita, oh Bhagavad Gita, Bhavadveshinim. Who are you? Bhavadveshinim. You don't like your children to be unhappy. No mother likes her children to be unhappy. And I am unhappy. Why? Because I am not accepting or I am not comfortable with whatever is. I want something else. What is not. Let us say there is a family of 4. Our doorbell rings. We open the door. 3 of the 4 have come. What is our first question? We are not acknowledging the presence of the 3. 75% is here. That 25% which is missing, that's where our mind goes. That is why we are unhappy. What is not there is more important for us than what is. And from the standpoint of Vedanta, if we say this whole principle, it is so true. What is not there is Maya. That's where our mind is. What is Brahman, where our mind never goes. This is our root cause of our sorrow. We always notice that which is not. There's a folk tale in which there's one person who is very angry with his neighbor. So he goes and consults somebody, a wise man. What should I do? So the wise man says, you give him 99 gold coins. Because I won't tell you to do something wrong. I won't tell you to take away something from him. But giving is a good deed. But give him 99 gold coins. That's all. Why should I give? He's my enemy. Never mind. You just give him 99 gold coins. He went and left a bag full of 99 gold coins at his doorstep and silently came back. After that, that man did not have sleep. Why? Because he was looking for the one which was missing. Why is it not 100? But no one gave you 100. Why can't it be night? No, that which is missing, that's where my mind goes. This is called bhava. This is called, I want to become something that I'm not. I want to gain something which is not with me. I want to reach somewhere where I'm not today. But what I already have, what I already am, I don't enjoy that. You know, as children, when we demand some toy, okay, with lot of demand, and we say, no, I want it, I want it, I want it. Finally, the parents, okay, we'll get you the toy. How many days is that charm of that new toy? It lasts some few hours. After that, over. It's old now. Now I want something else. So constantly wanting something else and not being happy with what already is available is called bhava, and it is a disease. And this Gita here is addressed as bhava dveshini, means the one who does not like this bhava, does not like this, unhappiness constantly being in our lives, just because I am not able to acknowledge what is available and I am running after something that is not there. I am constantly thinking of what I don't have. And this kind of life is going to keep us unhappy all the time. We may have all desirable things in life, but one thing, you see, even in our Puranas and all, the stories of great, great kings, great emperors, one saint comes to his palace, and then with all worship and everything, they feed him also everything, and then the saint is very, very happy and says, okay, what do you want? He says, I have everything. I have power, I have wealth, I have friends, everything is there, but I don't have a son. So one thing is not there, that is what is the greatest problem. And so many places in our own Puranas, Bhagavad also, it is the sage or the saint, they advise the king, and you have so much, you acknowledge that, be happy with that. Why do you want to have something that is not there? No. That is required. And people who have a son, they want something else. No, I want more wealth. Okay, I have son also, I have wealth also. Then, no. I want this. I want so many endless list of things that we don't have, that we are all aware of. But what we have we ever made a list of things that I have? There's a very good exercise if we can do that. What we have got right from a healthy body, what all we have got, if we can make a list of all those things, and if we really sincerely sit down and make that list, it will never end. We will never be able to stop. It goes on and on. We should do this. Take up some time, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. We say, okay, this much, because we have to time it. Otherwise, it can go on unending. And for 20 minutes, I sit down and list what all I have got, I have received. What do I have? All my abilities, talents, just make a list. And that list we should keep handy at our workplace or somewhere in our desk, study table, somewhere, and we should read it at least 2-3 times every day. This is what I have today. Automatically, our hearts will be filled with so much of gratitude. And of that list, there will be majority of the things listed there for which we cannot take any credit, for which we cannot claim that I did this, therefore I got this. I cannot find a relationship of my action, my investment, and this is the return. No, it has just come to me for some unknown reason. And it is there, and I am feeling blessed. And this gratitude itself will take me out from sorrow. This is called Bhavad Dveshini. So Bhagavad Gita does not like us to be in that situation of constant unhappiness. discontentment. That satisfaction, that fulfillment is what Bhagavad Gita takes us to. Bhavad Dveshini. Dveshini means the one who hates this bhava, this disease of wanting things that we don't have. So this Bhagavad Gita is here worshipped as the mother, as a divine mother, and also so much of information which we have already talked about in the last 2 days. We have this in a nutshell. This gives us a basic information of the Gita. Now one point which we have not touched upon, this 18 Ashtadashadhyayini. It has 18 chapters. Very interesting that Mahabharata has 18 chapters. In that, Bhagavad Gita has 18 chapters. The Mahabharata war lasted for 18 days. So what is this obsession with 18? Everywhere 18, 18, 18. What is so special about it? So one simple explanation that everyone gives is when you add up 1 and 8, it's 9, and 9 is supposed to be, it is called a Purna Sankhya, a complete number. Because 9 multiplied by any number ultimately will result in 9. It's a complete number. So any number that comes as the product, when you multiply all the digits, it will be 9. So it's a complete number. Purna Sankhya it is called. So that is one reason that is said. One more, a little, maybe little complicated to understand, but I'm not going into detail of that. But it is very interesting that there is method of a technique of counting which is there in our scriptures, where the alphabets, the different syllables, all those have a number associated with them. So based on that also counting happens. We'll be really amazed, because I was introduced to this by a student of our Chinmay Vishwavidyapith, our Chinmay University, who was studying Indian knowledge systems just like that. So for them this all is very normal. So that student, she told me that this, according to this counting technique, we can identify the various ragas in music, Carnatic music, especially she was studying Carnatic music, so that's how. The raga, the name of the raga, if we utilize the name's letters and make the calculation, it will give us the number according to the list of ragas, which number raga it is. The name is according to that. It is called Katapayadi. It's a tradition of counting. It's a very interesting thing. Now, we are not going into the detail of that, but according to that, if we see 18, the original name of this text, Mahabharata, was Jaya. Jaya means victory. And if we see Jaya, the number is 18. So 18 is the number of victory. So it is not that it was a coincidence, it is not that just like that, no, these rishis are obsessed with 18. No, it has a reason. And this also is one of the reasons. So Jaya is the original text name. Then that Jaya only later on came to be known as Bharatam, and then later on came to be known as Mahabharata. It was a great text of this land. So that was what? Mahabharata. So Madhye Mahabharatam Ashtadashadhyayini. So this Gita also, that is why Gita is called the secret or the formula for success. Because 18 chapters is Jaya, and it leads us to Jaya. So that is why it is a formula for success. Okay, with that, now the Gita Dhyanam verses further also have the praying to or bowing down to the author Vedavyasa, also Sri Krishna, and also a very beautiful 2 or 3 verses of metaphorical understanding of the Bhagavad Gita and Lord Sri Krishna, etc. And ultimately a prayer of submission. So this whole Gita Dhyanam, very beautiful thing. We are not going into each and every verse there. The first one, because we will be chanting it in the beginning of every class. We just had an overview. Now, shall we begin? We are waiting. When will we enter into the text? So let's begin. So we'll chant the first verse and then we will think about it. So please repeat. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha.
Atha Prathamodhyayah.
Prathamodhyayah.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dhritarashtra Uvacha.
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre.
Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre.
Samaveta-yuyutsavaha.
Samaveta-yuyutsavaha.
Mamakaः Pandavaschaiva.
Mamakaः Pandavaschaiva.
Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
Kimakurvata Sanjaya.
We will be chanting every verse, so I would request everyone to please get a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. As I said, we may have a copy at home, and if you are not sure, look for something that is covered in an orange cloth or a red cloth, somewhere lying in the altar where you must be putting kumkum, chandan, offering flowers, doing arti. Please open and see, it may be Bhagavad Gita. And if you don't have a copy of yours, you may get a copy with one of the best commentaries by our Puja Gurudev. I am not saying because he is my Guru, okay? It is actually considered to be one of the best, especially in the modern times. So very lucid and very, very relevant way of explanation. So we will be using the book, we will be referring to the words, we will be reading the verses. So it is always good to have a copy of the book in our hand when we are studying the text. So the first verse. So we take the Lord's name whenever we start a new chapter. So this is the very first chapter, Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. So we remember the Supreme Self and we begin by Atha Prathamodhyayah. This actually in the Mahabharata, it is not the first chapter of any this thing. So but here for Gita, it is the first chapter. So the discussion of the Bhagavad Gita starts here and starts with the first verse spoken by Dhritarashtra. So, in a classroom, there was a teacher teaching basic elementary mathematics, addition. So the teacher said 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. 16 plus 16 is 32. And then she asked the question, what is 32 plus 32? So one boy got up and said, you did all the easy ones and the difficult ones you're asking us. So I'm going to do something similar. That's why I told this. Dhritarashtra speaks one verse in the Gita. Now you have to find out how many verses Sanjay, Arjuna and Sri Krishna speak. Okay. That is homework. Okay, so Dhritarashtra has spoken just one verse, the very first verse, and it has so much for us to understand. We saw a little bit about Dhritarashtra, but when we read this verse, we will get more understanding of who that Dhritarashtra is and what state of mind he is in. And why is it important for us to understand that state of mind? Because there is a Dhritarashtra sitting within also. All these characters are within us. Dhritarashtra is also there within us. Sanjaya also is there within us. Arjuna is also there, and Sri Krishna is also there, silently sitting within us, waiting for an opportunity to speak. But he's not getting an audience so far. But we hope very soon he will get when we get into the Bhagavad Gita slowly. So now, the first verse, Dhritarashtra Uvacha, Atha Prathamodhyayah, now begins the first chapter. Dhritarashtra Uvacha, he thus spoke. What did he say? So first we will see the word meaning. He is asking, hey Sanjaya, oh Sanjaya, who was his friend, his companion, his personal assistant. He said, oh Sanjaya, Kim Akurvata, what did these people do? Akurvata, the word, is a past tense question. It's a verb of the past tense. So this itself, what happened suddenly? Hari Om. Maybe there's a loose contact. Hari Om. Kim Akurvata. What did they do? So the past tense itself is an evidence that Sanjaya was not sitting there and like they show in the serials, etc. That he was looking out and then saying, "Oh Maharaj, what am I seeing now? This is what is happening now." No. He is asking what did they do in the past? So because Sanjaya has come, as we have seen earlier, on the 10th day of the battle, after the fall of Bhishma, the commander-in-chief, the grandsire, Bhishma Pitamaha. After his fall, Sanjaya has come to report. And so Dhritarashtra is eagerly asking, what happened? What did they do? Who? And where? He's saying first, he's saying, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Kurukshetre, in Kurukshetra. Even now today there is a city called Kurukshetra. But now if we see, I actually went there and said, where could this war have been fought? Because there is no such space around there. But maybe in those days it might have been, open spaces were more available. Kurukshetra, of course, was the battlefield, but it was also Dharma Kshetra, and it is a Dharma Kshetra even today. What is Dharma Kshetra? One meaning of Dharma Kshetra is a place where various traditional rituals are performed from generations together, and especially for the family of the Kuru dynasty. This family used to go to that place to do a lot of rituals, especially the kind of rituals that we are going to talk about tomorrow. So rituals dedicated to the ancestors, rituals which are special for the protection of the family, for the kingdom. So many different types of. The family used to use this place for all their religious rites. So it is Dharma Kshetra means where the right actions and all the rituals are performed by the family. So it is a Dharma Kshetra for all of us. So in this Dharma Kshetra, that is Kurukshetra is the name, that's where all these people have gathered. Samavetaha. Samavetaha means have come together, gathered. Who have gathered? Yuyutsavaha. Yuyutsu means the one who is desirous of fighting. Yodhum ichchuhu yuyutsuhu. The one who wants to fight. Who would want to fight? Has to be a warrior or soldier. So all these warriors, soldiers, these armies have come together. Yuyutsavaha, desirous of fighting, these people have samavetaha, gathered. Where? In Kurukshetra, which is Dharma Kshetra, the holy land of Kurukshetra. They have all gathered. But who are these people who are desirous of fighting? Who want to fight now? Said, Mamakaha, my children, Pandavaha, Pandu's children. Pandu was Dhritarashtra's younger brother. So my children and Pandu's children, with the desire to fight, have gathered in the sacred land of Kurukshetra. Having gathered there, Kim akurvata? What did they do? And when is he asking? On the 10th day after the fall of Bhishma Pitama. Now first, important thing. Was Dhritarashtra, foolish or so very ignorant, or was he so unintelligent? He had his weaknesses, but he was not unintelligent. He was extremely attached to his son, but he was sharp. He understood things very well. So such an intelligent person, and otherwise you could not survive on that throne for so many years. So something has to be there. So he had that. Then why would such a Dhritarashtra ask a question which is so obvious? Was it a rhetorical question? It is not a rhetorical question. It is not that what did they do? What did they do? Like we ask, how are you? And then immediately we go away from there. Otherwise they'll start. So that's a rhetorical question. Please don't answer. I'm just asking for the sake of it. It's a pleasantry. How are you? Okay. Otherwise, if we stand there, it will start. I'm fine, but you know what? This is that problem, this problem, this problem. And I can't say I didn't ask you because I just did. So it is not, this question is not like that. This question is, what did they do? So did he not know what they were doing for the last 10 days? And it is not that he would not have got any news. And especially when Sanjay has come, the first news he must have broken was the fall of Bhishma Pitama. He would not have said anything else. The first thing he would have reported was that, because that was the most significant event and he came for that only. So it was not that what did they do? Oh, did they fight or not? That was not the question. It was not the, why he asked. So Kim akurvata? What did they do? So we'll come to this. So it was not just a question of, okay, what did they do? And then I say, they fought. Oh, okay, noted. Thank you. It was not that. So what was it? I want to listen to every detail of what happened since the very beginning. Tell me everything that happened. So Kim akurvata, what did they do, does not mean whether they fought or not. Because they have come with the desire to fight. So they will fight. They would have fought, and he has already received news. So the battle has begun. But what happened? Every detail, please give me. Don't miss anything. I want to listen to every small detail. Hima Kurvata, what did they do? Each one of them. Tell me about Mamakaha, my children, and tell me about Pandavas. What happened? Tell me everything. Okay. Now, Yuyutsavaha, with the desire to fight, Samavetaha, they have gathered. So if they have gathered with a desire to fight, and there also categories mentioned by Dhritarashtra are two, Mamakaha, Pandavaha, means a king has become partial. A king is supposed to be impartial, supposed to be above all these factions. And he is not just the king. He is a father of Kauravas and he is an uncle, equivalent to a father. He is the elder brother of their father. And they used to consider him as their father only, because their father had died long ago. So he was the father to both of them, and he was the king who was meant to be impartial. And here, from the family perspective, from the kingdom perspective, both ways, he is partial. He has kept himself on one side and said, Mamakaha, my people. And when you utter the word mine, Mamakaha does not mean my sons only. It is just mine. So you refer to the Pandavas and then you say the other party is mine. Means what does it talk about Pandavas? They are not mine. So I have myself distanced them. I have put them away. They are not mine. They are mine and they are not. This in our scriptures, in our culture, this kind of thinking is called narrow-mindedness. Recently we had this G20 summit hosted by India, and there was this theme which was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the whole earth is one family. So this is the broad, all-inclusive vision. A mind that is expansive, accommodative. And on the other hand, there is this kind of narrow-mindedness where this is mine and this is not mine. Mamakaha Pandava. So they are not mine. I have already put them away. And he says these people have come to fight with each other. He being the king, he had the power and authority. Why are these people fighting? In spite of you being the king, can you not do anything to stop this? You yourself are asking the question, Yuyutsavaha? Means you have accepted that, okay, they should fight. There were peace treaties also. For the sake of it, Dhritarashtra also sent Sanjaya for negotiation. It didn't work out. And Shri Krishna from the Pandava side came here. It didn't work out. Because extreme attachment to his son. And therefore, now being the king, having the authority, still unable to stop this, and you are asking this question with the desire to fight. When they gathered and assembled there, what did they do? Is it befitting a king to ask such a question? You are the leader, you are the authority, and if your own subjects, not just subjects, your own family is fighting with each other and you have all the authority, you are the eldest, elder than at least these two parties, you could have stopped them. You could have brought a solution, and solutions were offered. But nothing was accepted by Duryodhan. And because Duryodhan did not accept it, the king had no say. So the king failed in his duties. So these are the words of a failed king. He had the authority, he did not use it. So he was occupying the throne. That is why Dhritarashtra, he was occupying, holding on to the throne. But was not fit. And he proved it by just this question. That what did my sons and Pandu's sons do when they assembled with the desire to fight with each other? Sometimes in our family pledge also we say, we serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, never to fight against each other. Bound to each other with love and respect. Fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. But sometimes it happens. But here the king is asking such a question. That's not done. A king who is a leader, and similarly, a spiritual aspirant from the spiritual perspective also, if there is a family which is falling apart, it is the responsibility of the spiritual aspirant to bring things together. Not let them, okay, this fight is happening. What did they do? What did this person tell to this person? And what did this person reply? So sometimes we are interested in that. So here this is a failed king who is asking this question. Mama Kaf Pandavaschaiva Kima Kurvata Sanjaya. No, where Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetra. These two words, the very beginning of the Gita is so beautiful. Bhagavan Vedavyasa has, through the words of Dhritarashtra only, conveyed the meaning of the Gita in the very beginning of the first verse. Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. In Sanskrit, this Sanskrit language is very, very beautiful. It has many, many wonderful elements. One of them is Sanskrit has the most free form of syntax. Means it does not need a specific sequence of words for communication. For example, in English, let us say the teacher scolded the student. There is this statement. If I have to change the sequence of the words, the teacher scolded the student scolded the teacher, meaning gone opposite. Or scolded the teacher the student. What do you want to say? Doesn't make any sense. Sometimes it is some opposite meaning, some different meaning, meaningless when we change the words. In Sanskrit, that doesn't happen. That is a beauty. Shikshakaha chhatram tadayati. Shikshakaha chhatram tadayati. Chhatram shikshakaha tadayati. Meaning is the same. Chhatram shikshakaha. Chhatram tadayati shikshakaha. Same meaning. Tadayati shikshakaha chhatram. Same meaning. You put any word anywhere, the meaning does not change. That is the beauty of Sanskrit language. Free syntax. And this is one reason why they say that it is most compatible with computers, because you cannot make a syntax error there. And the reason is, from the grammatical standpoint, the prepositions, etc., are a part of the word. So it doesn't change the meaning, even if we shuffle the words here and there. So now, in this first quarter of the first verse of Bhagavad Gita, Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre, if we just jumble up the words a little bit, so it comes to Kshetre Kshetre Dharmam Kuru. Kuru means do. Dharma means your duty. Kshetre Kshetre means in all places. Wherever you are, Kshetre Kshetre, Dharmam Kuru. Do your duties, or Dharmam Kuru means do the right thing. What is supposed to be done, that you do. What is the message of the Gita? Wherever you are, you perform your duties, fulfill your duties. That's one step. Dharma means do the right thing. Often we have this confusion. What should I do? What is my role here? If I do this, will people like it? If I do this, will they accept it? This is not what we have to think. What is supposed to be done? What is the right thing to be done? That is what I should do. Dharma. So that is also another meaning. And further, deeper, everywhere, Kshetre Kshetre, Dharmam Kuru. Dharma means the very essence, the very nature of anything. So here Dharmam Kuru means to recognize that essence of everything. So wherever you are, be connected to that very core, the self, the essence, everywhere. So kshetre kshetre dharmam kuru. So at the transactional plane, do your duties everywhere. Little deeper, do the right thing. What is to be done, that you do. And further, when we see, be connected to the essence, the core of everything. What is it? We inquire all the time, wherever we are, whenever we get some time, immediately our mind should go, okay, what is the essence? What is the truth behind all this that I am seeing? What is my true identity? And remain connected to that. That is kshetra kshetra dharma. And all this level. And this is the message of the Gita. So Bhagavad Gita completed. So what do we do tomorrow? The elaboration on this is the entire Bhagavad Gita. What do we mean by performing duties? What do we mean by doing the right thing? What do we mean by getting connected to the true identity, the core, the essence? So that is what is elaborated in the 700 verses. In the very first quarter of the Gita, this has been communicated. Little more we'll see about the first verse in the next class. So we'll close. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.